Big Blue Nation, welcome back to another episode of the Bluegrass Breakdown. We had a little bit of traveling going on. It's the holidays, man, so we got to do it, mobile here. I'm with my man, Anthony Nava. I call him Anthony, but his real name's AJ. Everyone knows him by AJ. Dude, I got to ask you because I think there's no point in just sugarcoating it.
Yeah.
Where were you when Mark Stoops was fired from the University of Kentucky?
Man, where was I? I was I was running errands with my homeboy here in California, and I got a text from my dad. My dad was the first one to hit me up.
Mm,
Like, hey,
Pops broke the news.
I was broke the news. Mark Stoops is going to be fired tomorrow. And I told my homeboy, who did not care. He just wanted to put on whatever movie we were watching.
Hey, bro didn't care at
He
all.
did not care at all. He's a
Dang.
Marine. He got better things to worry about.
Hey, we know Mark Stoops is the greatest coach to ever coach at the University of Kentucky, and I think that's
I'm
hands
glad you ended that
down.
sentence with the University of Kentucky.
Yeah. Uh, I I was driving home because I stayed for the 4 o'clock games NFL to watch it with my dad, and I was driving home like super late. I think it was maybe 11 already because I had stopped and saw some other family, and so I'm just driving. I get the notification and I'm like, I need to pull off somewhere. Like I think I pulled into like a little McDonald's and got like a big old sweet tea and just sat there probably for like an hour making social media posts and
Yeah.
getting graphics posted and all that stuff. It was nuts. And the timeline of stuff was insane because Sunday night Stoops, is fired. And then not even 24 hours later, we already have a new coach.
It's crazy.
What do you think about Will Stein? What's your first impressions on Stein, man?
My first impression is that I was just happy Stoops was out the door. I was in shock at how fast Stein got hired. So I'm very glad that all UK athletics had that prepared, that they knew they were going to fire Stoops and already had gotten it. I was real surprised at the KSR post of all the flights going in and out of Lexington at that
Right.
school. But Will Stein, I think he's a good coach. UK is spoon feeding Cutter Bowley, one of the best QB coaches out there right now. He has he has a great resume of guys he's coached. Bo Nix, Dylan Gabriel, Frank Harris, and now Cutter Bowley could be on that list of great guys he's coached.
Yeah, and I mean, like, just going into that, you have more quarterbacks already coming in. Matt Ponatowski officially signed today.
Yep.
We initially thought he was supposed to be signing in February, like outside of the early signing period. I believe he was trying to do some stuff in the MLB, and I'm not too sure like what all
That's all a
that's
little
going on with,
foggy, Only the one that
but
knows those plans are him.
but still, I think the fact that Will Stein, obviously visited him at Oregon when he was there and stuff, and we saw the social media posts between them. He's like, I can work with this, and he signs the next day. So I mean, I'm I'm pumped because we're already seeing like recruits love the change. We know we've had some guys decommit already, but like I feel like there's just going to be a whole new wave of like 2026 recruits that just start pouring in all of a sudden.
That was one thing I was worried about when I first saw the news. The second idea that popped in my mind was Kentucky's going to lose every single recruit that just wanted to play for Stoops, but that really wasn't the
Yeah.
case.
I
Thank
mean, yeah, there's the world now is nuts. Like we just saw Garrett Witherington went to uh Virginia Tech, bro. He's a 3-star. And it's just like, how can you beat out Virginia Tech and their new prestige coach hire? Like James Franklin just nabbed him. And you can't do anything about it. You just have to like put your head down, keep working, find the guys who's gonna play for you. And I mean, I feel like relationships matter, opportunity matters. Like,
where your program's going matters, where it's
yes,
been. Like, no one wants to
exactly.
go to a program that looks like they're in disarray. And
Yeah. And I
at the
mean,
moment, Kentucky is kind of getting their stuff together. It doesn't look in disarray.
yeah, for sure. And like pointing out James Franklin, like And now Will Stein, you have guys taking over programs, and you're just going to believe in them, and you're not even really looking. Maybe you don't look as much at the program's history, but you look at the the future of it, and you're just like, I trust this coach. I know what he can do. And we're seeing it all over the SEC. There's been half the SEC coaches have been fired, and new ones have come
Right.
in. With Brad White, we got to bring that up. Brad White just left for Florida, joined John Summerall, coached together at UK. So there's that little
It's a good little
window
team.
of opportunity. Yeah, nuts, man. Um, so I mean, going forward, I know Cutter himself said he doesn't want to leave Kentucky. I think he'd be stupid to leave Kentucky.
Yep.
But are you hopeful that he's going to be the quarterback next year? Or do you think
I
with all
I'm
the
very
Dylan
hopeful.
Gabriel, Bo Nix stuff, with Stein, do you think he'll bring in a big dog? Or
I'm very hopeful that Cutter, I've said this all season, he has the potential to be a great, great quarterback, not just a good average. He has the potential to be great. What he's done this year as a redshirted freshman, throwing for the dozens of yards he has. The confidence we've seen of him in the pocket specifically, he used to rush everything, just throwing
yeah,
as soon as he got the ball, but he's picking out his options. And I think with a QB coach like Stein, that knows how to mold guys. I mean, look at what Bo Nix is doing now with the Broncos, even though the Broncos aren't that good. That was a lot. Let me be biased. Let me be biased. I saw your face.
they're 10-2,
I
bro.
know they're
They
10 and
bad.
2. I think they're overrated, but that's neither here nor there. A lot of what Bo Nix is doing came from Stein's coaching. I think Cutter
Yeah.
has that ability. And with this future, we could see a new revamped Kentucky team that isn't the laughing stock of the SEC.
Yeah. We'll put my little Twitter post up. I think it has over like 200 comments at this point. I just put Cutter Boley and a Will Stein offense is a Heisman dark horse. And the amount of Louisville fans that are in those mentions are absolutely hilarious. Posting the box score and posting, is this your man, bro? Is this your quarterback? Like he can't even pass for 100 yards. I'm like, bro, chill out, dog. Um,
What do you think? Do you want Cutter to stay, or do you think Stein's going to bring in a big guy that might overtake him?
I think what Kentucky fans need is stability. I don't, this whole one quarterback 1 year BS and then they suck and then you replace it with another even more horrible quarterback and they suck and then you're just like repeating the cycle. I think that's one of the main reasons like Cutter has to be protected at all costs because I think we all know I think it's super super unrealistic and I think everyone would agree with this that Cutter makes an NFL jump
Mhm.
after this one season. So if Cutter stays, you're thinking instantly 2 more years of a quarterback that we've seen that knows this program, loves Kentucky. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? Just having a guy return, and just constantly build up a repertoire.
Yeah.
Again, talking about the transfer portal and talking about the coaching changes, we don't see any of that anymore. Zero. There's no loyalty in sports.
None.
I think a homegrown Kentucky boy playing for the university he's always wanted to play for and him staying a little bit, I think it would do him a lot good
Yeah.
more than
It would do the
anything else.
program great. I mean, who better to follow than a guy you know is going to give his all for the school he loves? And that just goes down the line, whether you're a secondary or third string. You see your quarterback pumped up for every game of the season, you're going to be just as pumped up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know you saw it. I saw it too. I went to that South Carolina game. He looked like a pile of trash lit on fire and a raccoon was digging through it. And then 2 weeks later, he's sitting there going toe to toe with Arch Manning, probably performing better than Arch Manning.
He did.
And
Let's be honest. He did.
yeah, he did. I mean, straight up. And then you have him
And in the loss, he did.
dropping 40 on Florida, having an insane game. Uh, still had a decent game against Tennessee, even though Tennessee's offense was just a little too much and the defense didn't show up there. Pulled off history for Kentucky, if you want to be frank. I don't. He was the quarterback for their first SEC win in God knows how many days. So
300 plus game days.
yeah, so it's like you gotta give him his flowers. I think every member of Big Blue Nation feels the same way about Cutter Boley. They want him to stay. They think he's the future of the program. They think he can. I mean, he was making waves as like one of the touchdown leaders in the SEC this year. So imagine if he has another year under like a better head coach
Yeah.
and better recruited weapons. I mean, possibilities are endless.
Yeah. It's going to be a great next season for Kentucky. That's as long as Cutter can be molded into the quarterback of the future that we
Mm-hmm.
think he can be. It's going to be a great year. It won't be another 5-win season for Kentucky.
We won't have to watch a Zach Calzada play for a little bit and then find out about a quarterback. I, I would hate one thing. I would hate is if Cutter Boley just doesn't live up to the expectations. I don't think that's a world because we've seen the flashes. We've seen how good he can be. But I hope he doesn't go down a rabbit hole. And what's interesting to me, I've thought about this a little bit. How patient will Stein be with Boley
That's true.
coming into next year? If he has two bad games to start, Kentucky's 0-2 per se, an
So Stein
SEC
just
play or
chop him
something.
off and put in another QB. And
Right. Well,
I
will
hope
Matt Ponatowski just go in straight up? Like, is that a world because he's closer with him in the recruiting world? And I don't know if he has any connections with Cutter. I mean, it's just kind of, I don't know.
the
It's
thing is,
weird.
Stein's going to have to be real careful with how he coaches in his first few games next season because it won't take much for Kentucky fans to just kind of flip on him if he makes a couple of decisions that end up
You
in a
ain't kidding.
loss or end up in a close game. And a big decision like taking Cutter out, putting in the next guy, and it doesn't end well, that's the Twitter's going to blow up as soon as that happens, and people are going to call for his head immediately.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. I mean, Big Blue Nation just overreacts about everything. We know this. Like, it's unreal. I could totally see the like I miss Stoops hashtag trending like the moment they dropped two or three losses. Um, there's not much more to talk about football. We know at the time of this recording, we have his introductory press conference. He's head to Lexington right now. It's crazy. It all is happening so quick, but Kentucky has a new head coach.
Yeah. I never thought I'd say that in my lifetime.
Really? In your
I
lifetime, you
I
thought Stoops was going to
thought
coach for another 70 years?
man, I thought Stoops was gonna coach. What Deadpool say in that movie? Till he's 90. I thought after the
uh,
years of Stoops, I never thought I'd see the day he left.
you cracked me up, bro. All right, so AJ men's basketball. We got a prime time matchup tonight. You got North Carolina coming to Rupp Arena, Battle of the Blue Bloods, ACC SEC Challenge. Um,
This is the big show. This is the one everybody's coming to watch, along with Kansas and Duke. This is the big show.
yeah, I mean, there's some crazy games tonight. I'm impressed by the star power that's just going to be on the court. Caleb Wilson. I mean, you'd probably say Boozer, that AJ guy at BYU, but Caleb Wilson is the best freshman in the country. And I will stand on that as a proud UNC fan. He's killing it right now. I forget the player who it is, but I saw a slideshow and it had like Michael Jordan and some of these like UNC legends, even Vince Carter, and it was like the most points per game by a freshman since. And
Dang,
it's like he's making program history right now as a freshman.
man.
He's the guy. He's aggressive. He don't care. Um, but the problem with UNC is that he's like their only true like superstar, and that kind of scares me. Going into Kentucky, we all know the Wildcats by now are going to be without Jalen Lowe, Mo Diabate,
Yeah.
but they have one of the most balanced rosters in the nation. We've seen 7, 8 guys in double digits the past couple of games, and it's just like they don't have a superstar in my eyes. They just have a well coached and well divvied out team.
They just have guys.
They
Guys,
just have
any of
guys.
them can step up at any time of the night.
Yeah, and like UNC has Henry Rozier in the front court with Caleb Wilson, but besides that, all the guards are inconsistent, and that's just the truth. Like I love Kyan Evans and Luka Bogovac or all those guys, but I mean, man, they're just inconsistent. They don't shoot well from three. They turn the ball over. They're decent defensively. So it's like, does Kentucky have guys to stop the Big O front court? Maybe not. But does UNC have the guys to go against Ortega, Colin,
Against that
Denzel?
great defensive lineup they've been putting up so far?
Yeah,
Probably
like
not.
it's probably not. No. Um, so I kind of want to get your thoughts. I mean, they have UNC and Gonzaga. It's two top 20 matchups this week. Do you think the Wildcats will prevail? Are you thinking they're
I
going to
think
flounder? Like,
I think tonight is the night on the big stage where everybody's going to be watching versus UNC. You like you said, North Carolina's problem is some of their guards are inconsistent. Kentucky's guards are creme de la creme on offense, but in the past couple of games, they've been inconsistent. Ortega
mm,
hasn't been shooting well. Jasper Johnson went 0 for everything in that Louisville game a couple weeks ago. And right now, the only guy on offense is DA. So this is the game where you kind of get back in your rhythm and you do it in front of everybody to kind of silence that talk of they're being inconsistent. They're not being what they should be. For a team of 12 guys, why are you wasting $22 million on guys who can't consistently score and are putting up 2 for 15 in the box score? So that is
mm,
in my ideal world, that's the big thing for Kentucky is figuring out their offense. Their defense can hold UNC. It's going to be tough versus their front court, but the back court's going to be locked down. It's going to
right.
be offense. They're shooting in the mid range and they're shooting in 3 point territory. That's what's going to kind of set them apart this game.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't sound like idiots talking about the game when this goes up. But I mean, like,
It's always risky.
I, yeah, I don't know what to expect. Like, FanDuel and all these sports books have Kentucky favored by 9.5. And I'm sorry, but like, I don't even think Kentucky fans believe that number. I don't even think national people believe that number. I saw John Rothstein take UNC to win straight up today on CBS. So it's
Yeah.
like, I think this is like a cream de la crop game. This is something where you have a back and forth up until the final minute. I mean, we saw it just 2 years ago, correct? And Elliot Cadeau turned the ball over, and Kentucky won by, I think it was either 2 or 4 points.
It was
Uh,
4.
yeah, because they got a little 2 free throws in, but like you know what these games are. I feel like UK's always had Carolina's number. I think we all know that. Calipari's record against UNC is like baffling every time you read it. And I believe UK is the only school in Carolina history that actually has a winning record against them. I don't think anyone else does. I think they have advantage over like Duke and
Dang.
everyone else. Like these are the two most winningest programs in college basketball history.
And it's
And
because
it's
UK has UNC's number. That's why everybody puts UK as the number 1 program.
Yeah, I guess so. That's how it goes, man. But tonight's gonna be a fun one, and I'm so pumped. And
Reparation's gonna be
like
loud. It's gonna be loud.
yeah, it's gonna be loud. I love your point that you made. I want to see Kentucky just because like we mentioned earlier with football, like if Will Stein drops two, they're gonna be saying we miss Stoops. Mark Pope is not sitting well with the fans right now as a coach. I don't think. I think he needs that
People
big
aren't
win.
liking what his press conference answers in the past couple weeks. People aren't like,
Yeah.
and this is a these next couple games versus Gonzaga. This is the win the crowd back kind of games.
Yeah, yeah. And I will say I think UNC and Gonzaga are very beatable. Like realistically. I think when we look back at Louisville, Michigan State, I think when it's March and we're like pondering on the whole season, I think we can be like, oh, those were really two really good teams, and they're in the Sweet 16 as well. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't know if UNC and Gonzaga are in that same boat or on that same level. I would say they're B tier compared to A tier. So these are games. I mean, like you're saying, I think these are like,
The thing for Kentucky is that's how it should be. We should see UNC and Gonzaga as a tier below us, but Kentucky's been doing so shaky at the start of the season, going all the way back to
yeah,
Georgetown, losing to Michigan State in the Garden. It's kind of like we're losing that A tier status little by little. Like right now, I'd say we're Kentucky's probably an A minus, going down to B plus. And if they
yeah,
lose Michigan State and Gonzaga, put them at B tier.
yeah. And I mean, we talk about like national coverage. We cover them, locally here from Lexington, but like this is on ESPN, man.
Yeah.
There's millions of people are going to be watching, tuning into this game, and seeing what this $22 million roster is capable of. And again, if they don't show out and they get a third ranked loss on the season this early, we're in the boat of like, you have to win the Gonzaga game no matter what. You have to win the Indiana game no matter what. You have to win the St. John's game no matter what. And I think we all know those game like that St. John's game toss up. I don't like what I've saw from St. John's, but we know the emotion and everything with Rick Pitino and Mark Pope. I mean, it could play a role in the game. And
I mean, let's be
Indiana, we
honest,
don't
the
know.
emotions so far have been playing roles in games.
True.
Yep.
So it's like all these little matchups, bro. They're dangerous and they're must wins.
And
Early
not even a little,
December,
all
we're
the
saying
big
you have to
matchups are
win.
being ones that are killing Kentucky. All the big matchups. So,
That's what. Well, I didn't mean like that. Like
oh,
I was
okay,
saying
I hear what you're saying.
figuratively.
I hear
Like
what you're saying now.
yeah, but it was like I don't know. I think fans are hungry for a big time win. Tonight against UNC is a one that will transcend everyone in the right direction. I feel like.
Yep.
So, what's your final score tonight? What you got?
I um I hope I don't sound stupid, seeing that we are recording this beforehand.
No, you say it with your chest.
I got the Tar Heels winning over Kentucky, 88 to about 79.
88-79.
Yep. I've been seeing the points that the Tar Heels have been putting up in their last couple of games. Saw even in their losses, they still put up a good amount of points. Michigan State excluded from that list. It's going to
Okay.
be, and I'm only giving them 88 because, like we said earlier, that last minute, 2 minutes where just stuff happens, that's why. So, really, the kicker is going to be 84-79, but a couple free throws at the end from some lazy fouls are going to make it 88-79.
Okay. I got 88-80 UNC. I'm a ride my Tar Heels tonight. Got to, man. I mean, like,
You're
I
running by
know
heart. I'm running by numbers, but we still
yeah,
say the same
bro.
thing.
I mean, I'm a Kentucky journalist, but man, I gotta stick with my boys. I've been a fan since I was 4 years old.
Yeah.
I can't switch up now, especially when I get to watch them in person, be up close. I'm gonna dap up Caleb Wilson. Be like, what's up, bro? How you been? How's the fam? I'm just kidding.
Are you going as a
Um,
journalist or as a fan tonight?
journalist, yeah, I'm there covering the game. It's gonna be,
Gonna be crazy.
I know, I'm excited. Any final thoughts you got before we get off here?
Kentucky coaches, Stein, Pope, best of luck winning these fans over in your time here. Best of luck.
Yeah, bro. That is not so with a grain of salt. That is completely true. They'll turn on you quick, but they'll love you forever. So
Yep.
we'll see. BBN, thanks again for watching and listening. We always enjoy sitting here yapping about Kentucky sports and y'all tuning in. Make sure every Wednesday to tune in for brand new episodes. Make sure to check out all our social media, KY Insider on everything. Also, make sure to go to kyinsider.com. We were posting like nuts loads of stories yesterday about Stein and all these like potential coaching candidates. And then we broke the news too. So it's like, go check us out. We have great stories up there. And
Hey,
we'll
even
see
with the
y'all.
big news, we still got you with volleyball, women's basketball, all that
Hey,
stuff.
fat. Uh, we didn't really touch on them, but like I think we all know what it is with the women's sports right now. We all know they're good and they're just like,
Oh no, they're trumping the men in every category. And we'll talk about that a lot next time because volleyball is in the national championship run right now.
hey man, no one seed. I mean, maybe in a week or two we'll have some like Final Four talk, maybe. Who knows?
Can't
Who
wait for
knows?
that.
All right. Well, BB and thanks again, and we'll catch you on the next one.